Okay, today our guest, I'm sorry, our trainer is Michael Huggins. What a wonderful guy. Again, when you think of Captain Sullenberg, as we saw in the Money Matrix a few minutes ago, uh, he talked about putting regular deposits into his experience, his education, and was when the emergency came and he had to use it, he was able to make that withdrawal in full. And you look at Michael, and here's a guy when he started to make deposits as a technician at Jiffy Lube. He started learning, he started putting it together, he started getting the education that he needed, and talk about a champion. The song that we heard just before the Money Matrix, this is a champion. This is a guy that has that can-do attitude. He's put it together. He has made his deposits also. He has developed his education. He's developed his experience. He has developed his person-to-person rapport, and it has served him well. And when he is making a withdrawal, the assets are there, and we're not talking money, which would be a whole nother success story. But this morning he is here to help us in our deposits. We're all here to learn and become ready for the opportunities that are coming. Michael, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Renatus Nation. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. It is Memorial Day, and like Ron said, we do want to honor those who have served and also those who have passed before us. And just a quick memory, right? Don't get too wrapped up in life that you can't remember where we came from. So take a moment today at some point and send some happy thoughts. Those who are missing some loved ones includes you. Okay, so great news. We are the most compliant team, and we keep being, so that's good. I have a PowerPoint for you. So, here we go. Click on that. Oh, you should see it now. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I'm in full screen mode. Someone could just put in chat that you can see right now. It says personal production secrets. This was something that about 2 months ago, I was talking with Bob Snyder, and this is how we won the contest last year, right? A couple months ago, it finally wrapped up, dust settled. Here we go. We won. How do we do it? Well, here's our personal production secrets. I'm going to end with the comp plan, how the home team wants us to be sharing it. Okay. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Can you see my screen? Maybe you can see sharing. I think you can see. Yes. There we go. Thanks, Natalie. And what's fun is since it's a holiday, a lot of people are still sleeping in. It's all good. Right on, right on. All right, Mr. Sadler, here we go. Okay, so our company is an event-driven business. Okay, we are an event-driven business. So sometimes I'll hear some IMAs say, well, I want to go to different events or less events, or can we do something other than events? Can we switch to online? Can we this, can we that? And just want to let you know that when you ask those kind of questions, you're not the first one to think of those. Okay, this is just how the business works. It's getting better and better, and we're improving, but it is an event-driven business. It's a people business. Think about your experience that you went through. If you were just processed like cattle or processed like a number, you probably wouldn't have joined. Okay, so it's an event-driven business where it's people-oriented. People-oriented, mi gente. Look at these happy people, loving life, building their business, creating their own personal production. This was at the regionals last year, and Alden was just talking about how grateful he is for a 3-year transformation and where he was 3 years ago to who he is now. It's a beautiful thing. So let's talk about some steps to being productive on this Memorial Day. This is normally a 2-hour training that I'm going to cram into 40 minutes. So take some good notes, and then throughout the week we can expand on different things. Okay, Wealth Wednesday, I'll be back. We want to expand on some of this stuff. All right, perfect. So let's set up the game, gear up the mind, solidify the heart, spread the word, ask for the order, and collect the checks. Let's talk about setting up the game real quick. How many of you still think it's May? Right, we're looking at the calendar going, oh yeah, May 28th. Yep, it's still May. No. You got to understand this, that the last payday of May is tomorrow, which means that the last day to put in orders to count for May was on the 16th. So that meant that on May 17th is actually June 1st. This is how I'm thinking about it. This is how we understand our paychecks here. It's a 12-day pay cycle from when your customer puts the order in, signs for it, and payments are in. Order is in and signed for, and payments are in, and there's 12 days before that account is solid and you get your paycheck, okay? So if you need to get paid in May, then you had to recognize that. So thinking about June, with June coming up, right, do you guys realize that right now it's already June 12th? The last day to put an order in for June and still get paid in June is going to be June 15th. Okay, so that's in, what is that, 18 days? In 18 days, the month will be up. So we're already 12 days into June. So just understand the schedule that we're on. Now also, in setting up the game, let's understand that we are an event-driven business. And so what events should we look at? How are we going about these? Well, the easiest things to invite people to less formal types of events are house tours, cash flow games, velocity banking games, and cash recovery parties where we're just playing some class, having some nachos, drinking a beer, sharing with our friends what we're up to. Cash recovery parties. And after that, because we're running this business, we understand that we always book a meeting from a meeting. So after a house tour, a cash flow game, or a cash recovery party, we're going to invite those folks to a 4 pillars, which is soon going to be a 5 pillars. And they can watch the 4 pillars presentation live. They can watch it online, or if their schedule doesn't allow for it, then they can catch a recording. Then we'll go into the funding workshop. So once customers leave the 4 pillars, they're going to go into a funding workshop where they learn about how most people finance their combos. Okay, remember that we just give examples. We don't steer when it comes to funding. We just ask what they're capable of. And then either that in a group setting, or you take it to a one-on-one. Once you've seen that your customer likes what they saw, great. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get on it. Let's do a one-on-one. Typically, the group follow-ups are the next day after the follow-up. But they could be a couple days in between. So if you want to leverage that, great. But if you want to get your follow-ups done quickly, just do your one-on-one the following day. After that, after the funding workshop or your one-on-one, we're going to build for another event, an intensive or a super Saturday. There's one just a couple weeks away all the time. And if you don't have one in your area, then they're broadcast, right? There'll be a nationally broadcast one here coming up in a few weeks. But then there's also the ones that are broadcast out of Chicago. So plug in. Your area has them. Sometimes I hear IMAs go, well, my area doesn't have it. It's just too hard. It's just too hard to build. It's too hard to be successful. Too hard. Well, with that language, of course, you're going to push people away. But You got to remember, sometimes it's okay to drive a few hours to go to a meeting, right? I know people who live in Idaho who drive to Salt Lake for a Super Saturday. They got a 4 or 5 hour drive, right? When I was in Atlanta, I met people who drove from Tennessee, right? When I was in New York, I met people who drove from all over the place, right? It's you gotta get there. So always attend your Super Saturdays. And intensives are opportunities to meet instructors. And if you want to become a real estate investor hitting the goals you want, don't you think you should meet some instructors too? Yeah. So we're always building for these. And then from those events, we are continuing to build for nationals, regionals, and leaders retreats. So notice how it doesn't matter if you're enrolled. Some people will enroll at a house tour, right? They already have their money. They had money in 401k, on a credit card, whatever, and they just saw it. They liked it. They bought. Great. Still have them come to 4 pillars, the Q&As, the intensives, and the nationals. Okay. Regardless of enrollment or not, this is still the process. Remember to register. Please use the calendar to register. We're going to be getting a new calendar here pretty soon. But no matter what calendar we're operating out of, always, always, always register. Okay, so here's another way of looking at the flow of events. Okay, these are the events people can show up to. And we're ending up in the 4 pillars event. Then from the 4 pillars, we got our follow-up. Then from there, we got some options. At a follow-up, some people want to see the comp plan or the business pillar. Great. Sometimes the very next day, like you could have 4 pillars on Thursday, your follow-up on Friday, and then a Super Saturday. Boom, boom, boom. Day back to back to back. Or same thing with intensives. So we'll go from there. And then what does it all lead to? Back to regionals, back to the national events, the one-time-a-year events. There's 3 of them. There's 3 of them that only happen once a year. The nationals happens once a year. Your regionals happens once a year. And leaders retreat once a year. So look at these smiling faces, these happy folks. What do they all have in common other than being 5-star? What else do they have in common? They're dressed how they want to be treated. Right? Lovely ladies dressed professionally, right? Stepping up, loving it. So when you're at these events, we're an event-driven business. Events, right? We're an event-driven business. How are you showing up at these events? Please show up like this. Please show up like this. Good. All right? You want to be millionaires and billionaires, you can't be dressing like the old you. Okay, perfect. Now, gearing up the mind. We are right on time, right on time, right on time. Okay, so in our minds, in case you didn't know this, and I didn't, so I like to take some time to make sure everyone else does. Don't make any assumptions around people's knowledge. So in case you didn't know, there are 2 types of minds in your brain, in your skull. Subconscious mind and the conscious mind. Now what's cool is our subconscious mind analyzes, processes, and receives all the information this lovely planet has to offer. Right? All the sensory inputs. So many, all the time. Well, our conscious minds are not able to handle that much information. So there's a filter. And this filter blocks out what we think is unnecessary for our conscious mind to deal with. And now our world is just what we experience is this filter, through the filter. This filter is called a reticular activating system. It's a survival mechanism. Because there's so much information, we can't spend all that time processing it consciously. We won't move. We won't be able to get anywhere. So the filter blocks things out. Now the challenge is, if you were raised in America, more often than not, you were told to go get a job, and that having a job was successful, and that going down that road of working 40, 50 hours a week for someone else is how you're going to have a successful life, and you got to go to college to do that too. So think about this. Your filter is only letting in the information that was default by our society. So what you must do as a self-made entrepreneur, not one that's falling for the society tricks, you got to go change that filter yourself. What kind of information are you letting get to your conscious mind? So here's what we're going to do. In order to start changing this filter, because right now the filter is filtering out possibilities, opportunities, recognition, awareness, is blocking it out because the old you that needed to survive in the other society was only letting certain information in. So let's change it. We can change the filter. Great news, everyone. We can change the filter with affirmations. So here's 3. I remind myself every day, every day, every day. There's about 50, sometimes I'll go through 100 a day of I am affirmations. So hopefully you guys are using your affirmations as well. I am an unlimited possibility. I love myself and I love what I do. I am a generous receiver and an excellent giver. Sometimes people think that they're stuck where they're at, but it's only because of what they're affirming. If you keep saying, I'm stuck, you're just making that stuckness. So clean up the language. Watch what comes out of your mouth. If you're stuck, you can say, I am feeling stuck, therefore I continue to find options of getting unstuck. Remember to finish your sentences. The other way to change the filter, change the conscious, subconscious relationship is your associations. Who are you spending time with? Who are you letting influence your mind? The 5 people you spend the most time with, are they business owners or entrepreneurs? Are they employees? Are they salaried? Are they hourly? So if you continue to spend the majority of your time with employees and you're trying to be a business owner, you're going to have a rough time. The association needs to be of people who are producing the result you want. Think about it. If you're hanging out with 4 other cigarette smokers and you're trying to stop, do you think continuing to hang out with those people is going to be good for your new life of not smoking, of being an easy breather? Of course not. So you get away from them. But the challenge is more people in America want to be employees than business owners. And so everywhere you go, you run into it. Okay, we'll join meetups, never miss a super Saturday, go to clubs. How about you recruit, right? Some people didn't like the 5 people they were spending time with and the 5 people they had options to spend time with. So they just went and recruited 5 people into this business, and those are the 5 people they spent time with. So don't complain that you don't have a good circle of 5. You can go make them. All right, now I'm gearing up the mind. Here's a few other things to clean up. We got to clean this up. Our philosophy, our attitude, our activity, and our results. These are intertwined. There's no getting away from them. One affects the rest. So that's good news. If you're taking notes right now, in these 4 areas, you can write down one affects the rest. So if you want to affect the rest, pick one and start affecting that. How cool is that? That's good news. So we'll start at the top here and just briefly go through these. I could spend 5 hours just on this slide. We're not going to. We're going to spend a few minutes on it. But just know there's way more to know on this, okay? So in our philosophy, sometimes people think, well, I'm not a philosopher. How could I do this? You don't need to be a philosopher to have a philosophy. So in case you don't want to spend a lot of time and figure out some really good philosophies to take on, I put down 3 right here. Here's the philosophy. It's as easy as doing it. Try that on for your mental size. How is that for a philosophy of life? It's as easy as doing it, right? Maybe up until now, you didn't know. Maybe you thought it was always hard, always a struggle. No. It's as easy as doing it. It's been that way the whole time. But maybe your philosophy was life sucks, life is hard. Let's change it. It's as easy as doing it. Here's another one. I am responsible. I am able to respond. I am responsible. Always keep that. Always, always, always keep your ability to respond. Too many people say, "Oh, it's not me. I'm not responsible. Look, look, look. It's not me. It's not me." And then they give up control over life. They give up their ability to respond. So don't say weak stuff like that. Always say, I am responsible. Take full responsibility for your life, 100%. And never blame, justify, or complain. Those are three yucky things that just, they're negative goal setting. That's what it is. Our brains are so powerful that whatever we fixate on, we get. So if you allow to blame, justify, or complain, if you allow those things to be in your mind as options, then that's what you're going to manifest is blame, justifications, and complaints. So clean them up. Clean them up. It's as easy as doing it. You are responsible. Perfect. All right, now with our attitude, you can see in here I wrote, the universe conspires in my favor. Too many people think that all the things that are happening to them is against them. All the time, against them, against them, against them. Oh, why does this always happen to me? Well, here's something you've got to understand. It's all in how you look at it, your attitude. You could say everything's working against me or everything's conspiring in my favor. Which one is it? All these little things along the way that are inconvenient, cleaning you up, making you stronger. So the universe conspires in your favor. When the light turns red and you're in a hurry, wonderful. When you think you're about to close this deal and it gets delayed, wonderful. When you're about to sell a combo and they downgrade to financed essentials, great. These are things that are the conspiracy of your favor. If you look at it that way, you'll see how it's all benefiting you. All of it. It's already benefiting you. So keep that attitude. It's conspiring in my favor. Okay. Now, activity. This one's easy to clear up. Easy, easy, easy. Do a lot of it. Do a lot of it. Don't be busy being busy. It's not the same. Activities. So there are a few activities that we need to do all the time. Find the people, tell a story, build for events, follow up. Analyze deals, make offers. Analyze deals, make offers. Analyze deals, make offers. Find the people, tell a story, build for events, follow up. Not that many activities. But when you engage in those activities, there's one way to do it in a massive way. If you're going to analyze deals and make offers, do it on a few hundred. If you're going to go put out flyers and send out letters, put out a few thousand. If you're going to knock on doors and make phone calls, knock on and dial a few thousand. This massive activity is what's going to change your life. And what change? This results. What change do you want to bring about? Let's make it clear. Let's make it definitive. Let's make it so that you could recognize it when you receive it. What are the results you're after? Please don't say things like a new car, more money, a big house, vacation, travel. That doesn't make any sense. When you get in your car and you go to work, you're traveling. So if you just say, my goal, I want to travel more, that just means you want to be in traffic longer. You see what I mean? So if you're not clear about what result you want, you might be manifesting it right now. Right? You might be doing it right now. Hitting your results. Here you are thinking your life sucks. You're so far off your goals. You can't do anything. But because you have been so lazy with deciding what your results are, you're getting them. I want more money. Cool. Well, guess what? If you stick with your company, you get about a 3% raise every year. There you go. You're making more money. See what I mean? Some people's crappy results. You could double your income. Some people say, I want to double my income. Well, guess what? If you stay at a job for 20 years, you're likely to double your income. Start out at $10 an hour, 20 years later, you're $20 an hour. Sure. Start out at $15 an hour right now. 20 years later, you'll be at $30 an hour. Cool, you doubled your income. Not how you wanted, though. This is what I'm saying. The result must be clear. Be clear, be accurate, be quick, be now, be measurable, be specific. Okay? Fuzzy targets are never hit. All right, so let's solidify the heart, talking about the 4 core beliefs. Renatus is the best income opportunity in the country. Everybody needs Renatus. You're doing them a favor, and it's their loss if they say no. When these are just so ingrained in your being that they become your beliefs, selling Renatus is no longer selling Renatus. It is liberating the brainwashed. I had to be liberated. I was brainwashed. When these are your core beliefs, it is no longer recruiting and getting a paycheck. This is now a purpose-driven activity. We're trying to help people have a better income so that they can control their life, retire, work where they want, contribute, give back to charities how they want, whatever it is. So approach these as these beliefs and not just nice things to say, and people will pick up on it. They'll be attracted to you. They'll start mimicking you, especially when you think about how you're doing them a favor. You are doing them a favor when they attend, not the other way around. So I don't thank people for attending an event. I know it sounds kind of weird, right? But I don't say thank you for attending. I say congratulations on attending. We were going to do this without you. So congrats, you made it, right? And because you're here, we're doing you a favor. At every meeting, there's an invitation to join. If they say no, they lose. You got to remember, folks, if you have your education, your essentials, extreme, whatever, you have a lifetime membership. You'll be fine, right? You are already on a much better path. And so if they say no, you're not losing. They're losing. So I have that in my heart. I have that in my core. So when customers tell me no and I smile, like, nah, I'm not going to join. And I go, okay. And they're like, what? What do I not get? You just don't get it, man. This is for you. You need this. I'm fine. I'm going to continue to use this education, get the real estate I need. I'm going to be fine. So when they go, well, maybe I'll take a look at it. All right, I'll start with the essentials. Perfect. Now Renatus can serve you. Now you're part of the best income opportunity in the country. Wonderful. Congrats. Right? Instead of being a spectator looking at Renatus, now you're in. Perfect. Let's get to work. Okay? So take a screenshot of this. Make sure these are in the top of mind awareness. And sometimes when your prospects stop responding to you, or you're at a meeting, you're at a follow-up, a one-on-one, whatever, and they're just not enrolling, or they're not taking the next step, they're not committing to the next event, then try this on as a text, as an email, as a paragraph, as a voicemail. These 4 core beliefs. So if they're like, let's say yours, and hey, why don't you come to the funding workshop? And I'm like, nah, I don't know if this is for me. Probably not. No, I thought this was something else. Say, okay, well, here's what I know. I know that this is the best income opportunity in the country. That's it. I know that. I've looked at them. I've looked at a ton. This is the best one I've come across. So, after doing a ton of research, I've concluded everyone needs Renatus. Even my rich uncle, for how rich he is, there are things inside Renatus that can still help him. Everyone needs Renatus, even the bum on the street. He doesn't need real estate training. He needs personal development. He needs emotional training. He needs some health training. Guess what? That's here at Renatus. Everybody needs Renatus. And at the end of the day, there's no way you're going to find out about Renatus unless I tell you about it. You're not going to get pop-up ads. It's not going to come on your radio. You're not going to see a billboard from Renatus. So for me to just let you know about it, I'm doing you a favor. Simply put, that's it. That's how I feel about it. I'm doing you a favor. But at the end of the day, if you decline, you lose. I'll be fine. I got a membership with this training so that I can get the real estate I need. I'll be fine. Ultimately, if you say no, it's your loss. And then they go, okay, I'll be there. Okay, I'm in. Cool, sign me up. So it's not just a nice thing to think about. These aren't just affirmations or mantras you repeat to yourself. These are also things you say out loud to your customers and to your IMAs. Right? Think about this when you're trying to get them to come to the second Super Saturday, and you're like, oh, I've already been to one. Like, look, man, Ross is the best income opportunity in the country. You got to come to Super Saturday. This is where we're building skill development. This is where you're getting the updates. This is where you're getting the freshest information, meeting and networking. Everybody needs this. And for us to go and put this on and to fly this guy out here or to set this up or to go and rent this and put it all together, we're doing you a favor. And if you don't show up, you sleep in on Saturday, you're lost. Doesn't matter how you talk about it. These four got to be in your core. Okie dokie. Now, let's talk about spreading the word. Well, a word is the bird. Is that how it goes? Okay, spreading the word. Here's some things about spreading the word. There's a way to go about it. I want you to think before you speak. So, think is an acronym, THINK. T is for true, H is for helpful, I is for inspiring, N is for necessary, and K is for kind. So is what is about to come out of your mouth true, helpful, inspiring, necessary, and kind? Great. If it is, say it. As long as you're not interrupting the speaker. Cool. But if it's not true, not helpful, not inspiring, not necessary, or not kind, any one of those missing, skip it. If it was true, helpful, inspiring, not necessary, and kind, don't waste someone's time. Right? If it's not true, but you think it's helpful, inspiring, necessary, kind, if it's not kind, not necessary, not inspiring, not helpful, not true, don't say it. Okay? You want to be known for as a valuable person. You want a reputation for value. And so this is a great construct for what comes out of your mouth. Also, avoid using jargon. Jargon means industry-specific language, or not necessarily industry, but could be a social-specific language, like becoming an IMA. There's jargon around that. There's language specific to that. And so if you're talking from one IMA to another using IMA jargon and there are guests at events, you're isolating them. And it's not helpful. It's not necessary. It's definitely not kind to be using different language in front of somebody. It's not inspiring. So all you have is it's true, but it doesn't fit. Okay, so don't use language that isolates. And foul language. I'm working on it. Foul language also isolates, right? We could have a much more unified team if we weren't creating isolation with our language. So We're all working on it, different areas, but just make sure it's at the top of your mind every time you're at an event, including this one. Okay, and at the end of the day, no complaining. Les Brown says, on the topic of complaining, he says, 20% of people you complain to don't care. The other 80% are glad it's you. So if that's the case, never complain. 20% don't care, 80% are glad it's you. And what if it's the other way around? 80% don't care and 20% are glad it's you. Either way, the point is no one gives a crap about complaining. Don't do it. It's not helpful, inspiring, necessary, or kind, even though it might be true. All right. Okay, we got 10 minutes, so we're going to have to carry this on to the next day. Sorry, guys. We're not going to finish. All right, let's talk about spreading the word. Here's how we're going to go about it. Here's you or your 5-star. Okay, if you're 5-star, then this is you. If you're not 5-star, this is your 5-star. Sunglasses man, okay? And this 5-star got a new recruit. I'm so happy. Here's our new recruit. They're so happy. And what they're told to do is make a list of 200 people you know. Make a list of 200 people you know. Now, some people are going to go, okay. And within 2 days or a half hour, however long it takes, you have a list of 200 people from them. Now, other people are going to go, isn't there a way to build a business where I don't have to tell anybody? Now, they may not use those words, but that's essentially what they're saying. If they're like, well, I don't want to tell my friends I'm starting a business. Isn't there another way to start a business without having to tell people? Doesn't make any sense. So we're going to address that limited mindset. Well, I don't want my friends to know. Know what? You're changing? Well, then they're not your friends. See what I mean? So the instructions are make a list of 200. That's it. A list of 200. Not of 200 people who like you, not of 200 people with 20 grand, not of 200 people that want to do real estate, just 200 people. That's it. Make your list. Now, once you've done that, you're going to star the top 25. These we're going to call either together or you're going to call them and set up calls. Now, what's going to happen on this call is we're going to reach out to them, and in a just few minutes, the 5-star sunglasses man is going to take the blame for all the phone calls. Hey, look, it was me. I'm the one that decided to call you. We don't really know where you're at with life and business, so we thought we'd just reach out and let you know about our real estate business. Have you ever thought about real estate? Simple conversation, 30 seconds, and we're in. Okay, so we're going to have those conversations. We're going to have 25 of them, and we're going to run into some poop heads. We're going to run into some curious people, but we're also going to run into some poop heads. And because society is made up of so many more employees, it's going to take a few to get a yes. Maybe not. Maybe you'll get a yes right away. But what I want you to understand is typically you're going to get some no's, and you're going to get some curious, and you're going to get some yeses. You're going to get a mix of all three. No, curious, and yes. What's cool, though, is when you get your yes, the next logical thing to do, once your yes is in, you've made money, is to call them back. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. You call them all back. Hey, guys, my business is growing. My business is expanding. I just generated $10,000 in my business. I just generated $1,000 in my business. Call those people back. Same. Those other 24. Same. Call them again weeks later with the new update. Now all of a sudden those poop heads turn curious, and some of those curious people become buyers. Well, now you've filled your bucket. You bought one combo, you sold 2 combos, boom. But do you stop there? Of course not. You continue to dial, smiling and dialing. But now you're smiling and dialing as the 5-star. So here you are, getting your next group of customers. Hey guys, well, you know, my business produced $20,000 this spring, right? Think about you. If you bought a combo and you sold 2 combos in the last couple months, your business generated $20,000. Keyword is generated. You didn't earn it. You earned $1,000. You didn't get to keep it, but you did generate it. Your business produced $10,000. Now, because you're still in training, you didn't get to keep it all, but your training's just about to finish. And now your business will be producing 20 grand and you get to keep it. So now you got 4 new folks on your team in just a couple weeks of doing the right thing. Well, now what are you going to tell those? You're going to tell these new guys, hey, make a list of 200. Start your top 25. Let's get to smiling and dialing. Now, every once in a while, we'll get all poop heads, 25 poop heads. It's not normal. It's not typical. But I bring it up to say, don't be surprised if it happens. If that happens, you get 25 poop heads in a row. Great news, you got a list of 200. Call some more. You get some more curious people, then you get some poop heads. You get some more curious people. Your invitation gets stronger. More and more people start to recognize it. You get better and better and better at inviting, and you find your new customers. It's going to happen. Day by day in every way, you're getting better and better. So here's what it looks like. When you're making your list, all we're doing is we're collecting names, email addresses, and phone numbers. So, you know, we talked about at the beginning of this training about how affirmations start to change how we see ourselves. Affirmations start to change the results we're producing. So here's an easy one to switch. You know, when people ask you, hey, how's it going? And then if you're in a good mood, you're like, I'm kicking ass and taking names, right? Well, just finish what you were saying. I'm kicking ass, taking names, email addresses, and phone numbers. How are you doing? Right? Have some fun with it. But what we're going to do is we're going to put this information into our funnel. Right? You guys have seen funnels, right? You've heard of funnels, right? Especially if you're an entrepreneur, you clicked on one freaking ad about being an entrepreneur, and now all of a sudden you got ads for days around funnels. Funnel this, funnel that. Click this funnel, 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 funnel. Now you're in a funnel, learning about funnels, going through funnels on funnels. Well, guess what? We got an easy one here. I've seen in some of this funnel training from different online gurus and whatever. Some of their funnels are ridiculous. 100 steps, too much. There's 4 money-making activities inside Renatus. That's it, just 4. Find the people. Make your list of 200. Tell the story, which means, hey, I found a way. I'm pursuing my dreams. I thought of you. Tell the story. And then build for events. I'm going to this. Come with me. Watch this video. Come with me. We build for events. And then we follow up. We follow up with, hey, come to more events. Are you ready to buy? Are you ready to buy? Come to more events. We follow up. What do you like best? What do you want to accomplish? We follow up with, let me share this story. Let me get you on the phone with this person. Let me send you this video. Let's follow up, follow up, follow up. Our follow-up continuously. If some people don't buy their first week, then you got to do this cycle right here that we just put up, this AFTO BAM FAM cycle. AFTO stands for ask for the order, and a BAM FAM stands for always book a meeting from a meeting. Always, siempre, always book a meeting from a meeting. So you finished a house tour, great. Let's go to 4 pillars. You finished 4 pillars, great. Let's go to the funding workshop. You finished the funding workshop, great. Let's go to a super Saturday. Finish that, great. Let's make sure we're at our leaders retreat, right? August 17th through the 21st. So we asked on a BAM fan, and we keep asking for the order, and we keep adding value. Every time they attend an event, they receive more value. Every time they watch a video, listen to a testimonial, hop on a three-way call, watch another video, attend another event, they're receiving value. We're adding value to them. So it's just naturally that we ask for the order. When we finally get a yes, we're going to have an order entry party. Woohoo! It's a party. Let's enter this order. Right, let's get it going. Takes 10 minutes sometimes. Set up an account, 15 minutes. People like to read all the agreements, click through all the boxes, check everything, change your password, change your login, get your security question, right? Do your personal questionnaire on what real estate you want to achieve, right? Get it going. OEP, get the account set up. It's a party. Order entry party. Treat it like a party. If there's other IMAs around, shout out, hey, congrats, we got a new teammate, woohoo! And then 12 days later, as we've discussed earlier in understanding and setting up the arena, that's how you get paid. That's when you get paid and how you get paid. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what we refer to as the Renatus reproductive system. It's all around duplication, baby. Okay, and with that being said, we're at the top of the hour. Happy Memorial Day. Remember to spend some time in gratitude, attitude of gratitude. Stay focused on your goals. Spread the love. Work on your 4 core beliefs. I'm going to finish this PowerPoint up on Wednesday. We'll see you for Wealth Wednesday. Cache this recording. Share this link with others who are on your team that you don't need to see this. And let's keep building together, guys. Renatus rocks. See you soon. Ciao.